Hello and welcome to UTS-RC. Today, let's talk about pre-race checks. Let's get on it.
I'm a player.
So why do we need to do race prep? We've just been out, we've hooned it around the track, we've hit the barrier a couple of times, we've hit other drivers, they've hit us, car's driving fine, what's the problem? Good preparation for any race improves your race results. Proven fact, proven. You can't find your car's optimum if there is underlying issues with that car from your previous race. You could go out to your next race, car's driving like that, don't understand it because you didn't prep for that race. Give yourself 15 minutes before your next race and go over your car, check your car. See if there's any underlying issues with it. Who knows, it might be absolutely fine. Then again, you might find something that you didn't even spot the first time. So let's see what are some of the basic checks you can do to make sure your car is running the best it can. First off, let's start with the chassis. Flip your car over, have a look. Are there any hairline cracks? Are there any cracks? Have things broken? Can you actually see anything that's looking a bit strange that you need to give your attention? Have a look at your chassis. Next thing, check all the screws. Make sure all your screws are in. Make sure that everything's tight. Did you adjust something last time and not tighten it up this time? Just take time and go around with your hex drive and just make sure everything is tight that should be tightened. Check the electrics. Is the servo working all right? Put the servo under a bit of strain. Turn the servo left and right. Does it return? Do you get the same amount of drive each side? Check your electrics. Check your tyres. Are your tyres worn? Are the tyres starting to crack? Is the glue failing? Inside, outside? Check the tyres. Just prep. Just have a look over the car. See what it's like. See what it's like. So obviously the attention to detail at this stage can really help the race outcome of your next race. You may have finished 4th in the last race, realise when you've got it back to the bench, I didn't tighten that, or I forgot to adjust this, or the ride height was wrong, or something like that. Adjust it now. Give yourself that time to adjust it. You never know, you might come in first, you might come in second, you might even come in third, but you've still gained from doing the race prep beforehand. So let's delve a little bit deeper. I shall get my car. Let's see what I can do and make sure everything's right when I hit the track next. So for the preparation, you're going to need the following. You're going to need a setup board. This is one from Core RC. It's a glass setup board, especially for 1/10 cars and 1/12. You'll also need hex drive and spanner. You will also need droop gauge blocks. That's these. They sit under each end of the car. A droop gauge, depending on how much droop you have. Ride height gauge. And also camber gauge. Now you do obviously get 4 of these in the pack, 1 for each corner, and that is how you set up your camber, your toe, steering angle, all sorts of things on these. So let's crack on and do the first one. So we've just come off the track. We're just having a quick look at the top of the chassis just to make sure that everything's okay. Flip the car over, make sure everything's all right on the underside, that the car's not come into contact with anything it shouldn't have done. So we'll check the lower suspension arms now, make sure they're okay, front and back. Everything's looking all right there. Flip the car back over and obviously check the front and the back suspension mounts. Everything seems like it should be good to go still there. Check the drive shafts. Everything still feels solid with those, no movement. Looking good front and back. Also just checking on the steering links, make sure nothing's come adrift there, everything's as tight as it should be. So looking good. So this is step 2, this is the vibration. So this is where we need to be checking all the screws. Just go around with your 2mm hex and see if anything's come loose while it's been racing. Check for the bulkhead, the lower arms, motor mounts, front bumper, pinions, shocks, steering links. Just make sure everything's nice and tight. Obviously you don't need to see me checking all the screws, but just make your way from one end to the other, doing the base, then flip the car over and make your way along the top. So this is detweaking the top deck. Basically what happens when the car's had a run and it's come into contact with other cars or the barriers, it can twist the chassis. So this process helps to relieve that stress on the chassis. So place the car on a flat surface or on the droop blocks and just tap various points in the car just to see if it makes any sort of slight noises, if it's sort of been skewed. If it does, just release the screws on top of the top deck just to release that pressure, and that should hopefully detweak. So this is step 4. So you'll need to remove the wheels, and this is for checking the droop. So you'll also need your droop blocks, and with your droop gauges, what you need to do is just put the droop gauge just underneath the rear arm, just on the lowest part of the hub. Just go around and check each of those measurements. My front droop is 3.0 and my rear is 2.4. So I just need to take it on the track, have a bit of a play around, see what works and take it from there. But just make sure all your measurements are the same and move on to the next step. Step 5, we are checking the camber and toe. Very simple process. Put your setup station on, you'll get a reading here and on the other side here. Mine is currently set to -2. To change it, just adjust your turnbuckles. Now we'll look at the toe. Mine are +2, which means they are towing out. The rears I had already checked and they were towing in at 2 also. Move on to the next step. Okay, moving on to step 6. This is checking the ride height. So put your tyres on, put your battery on so you're in race mode, give the suspension a little tap and just check the ride heights just to make sure everything is how it should be. I tend to put it in just underneath the front and rear arms just to see where the chassis is sitting, just to make sure everything is how it should be. So step 7 is a visual check of the wheels and the alignment. Once you've tightened everything up on your setup station, on your setup board, sorry, just give everything a little tap, just visually check everything over front and back, just make sure everything's looking right, and we'll move on to the final step. So the very last step, and quite possibly the most important one, is checking those tyres for wear or damage. Just make sure that the glue's still intact, make sure they're not cracking, make sure they're all even. Just give them a really good look over, and if you're happy with it, get some tyre additive on it, get on that track and have fun. So there we go, 8 simple checks that you can do to ensure that your RC car is ready for the track. Hopefully the next video will be the result of the first round of the summer series at Blackpool and the Fylde RCCC. So hopefully I can update you with some track footage, and I'll hopefully have pressed record this time. Anyway, thanks for watching guys. As ever, give us a like, give us a subscription. See you on the next one. Bye for now.
I'm a player.